I just thought I should show this video because I thought it was very telling. So just have a look at this small clip because I do want to talk about something that seems to be creeping up in Ireland.
I'm from California too.
Whoa.
Hey, aggressor! What are you doing? Why are you
Aggressor! Leave us in peace. Freedom of speech. Practice what you preach. 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 Hey!
Hey, you! That's aggression. That's assault.
This is not acceptable.
I'm Irish. I'm Irish. Am I welcome?
Where you're from. I don't give a fuck where you're from. My friends and people that I love are trans, and that you're out here trying to say that it's like somehow wrong. You think it's somehow wrong. Get off my streets.
Did you read the leaflet?
I'm not gonna read this trash. You piece of How could you spend time with
Insults
someone?
are not arguments, madam.
You are losers. You're not
That's
welcome
not an
here.
argument.
You are not welcome here. Don't leave.
I live here.
It's not about that. It's not about where you're from.
So
this level of hate is not welcome here.
It's not
you
hate.
Lost on gay
It's
rights.
not hate.
You lost on abortion,
we're
and
helping.
you're going to lose on this. You're losing. Your world is ending. Your world is over.
At least we're not.
Off. I won't waste my time arguing with literally a delusional person.
Then why are you still here?
I'm just telling you, just to make you uncomfortable. I'm trying to make you uncomfortable.
Oh yes?
Yes.
You're not succeeding.
Okay, babes. Okay. Well, you're not welcome here, and you're losing. You guys are losing. Yeah, you too. Thanks. Yeah.
When I saw those videos, I suppose one thing came to mind. If the shoe was on the other foot and Christians or Catholics or Muslims for that matter went up to a pride parade in Dublin and kicked people and verbally abused them and kept verbally abusing them, that would be on national media. You know, if we went up and kicked and tore up their literature, pulled down their flags, it would be on national media. And yet when Christians talk about stuff that's, you know, our faith, science, you know, questions should be asked. Is it scientifically right to give chemical castration medicines to children? You know, is it right? Can we talk about Tavistock, the scandal in the UK, Tavistock, which has lawsuits up to the hilt now of people that have been put through chemical castration and surgeries who have been traumatized by that ideology? Now, are we allowed to talk about philosophies and ideologies and thought systems and procedures that are being pushed down? You know, that's not being transphobic against, you know, that's not being against a specific person. We're not looking to kick people down. We're asking, are we not allowed now in Ireland to have free speech to question these policies? If a man identifies as a woman, should he be allowed to compete in women's sport and receive, you know, gold medals and top prizes? Even though the fact that he has higher lung capacity, that's scientifically proven. Scientifically, your average man has higher lung capacity than your average woman. That's why we have sports for men and for women. You know, if you put men and women in a marathon, usually, practically every time, the top athletes that are going to win are going to be men, and women will come in their category. That's the reality of human biology. And it seems like we're not allowed to talk about these concepts. And if you hand out literature, or if you want to debate on this, you know, is it right that underage kids should have surgery and be submitted to hormone therapy, which is the same drugs that we give to people who want chemical castration, that's the truth, that you're being sometimes, it's being seen as hate speech. It seems like where we're going in Ireland, if we don't agree with somebody, what other people are talking about, if we don't agree with it, it seems like we're not allowed to tolerate it, and it's labelled hate speech. This is what people are hurtling towards, you know, and it's very, very sad to see where we're going. You know, 30,000 abortions over the last number of years. We're teaching a generation to hate their own child that they've conceived, to get rid of it. You know, what are children meant for? We celebrate this. This was celebrated. Wow. Because I remember during that abortion campaign, we were saying, oh no, we're not, it's a hard choice. It's a hard choice. We would never celebrate abortion. We're never going to. And yet they celebrated it. You know, and we weren't blind. Do we live in a free society in Ireland? Because it doesn't seem so sometimes. It seems one side gets the tolerance, but the other side definitely, oh no, we're not tolerating you. We'll invent stories like Tune babies, that they were dumped in a septic tank. And we would present evidence to say, look, this septic tank didn't exist when those remains were placed in there. You know, the remains in Tune were placed into that area after the tank was constructed. You know, Brian Nugent has done extensive research. He's written a book on this. And you present the evidence to people. Oh, no, we're going to believe the narrative that the media spun. You're Catholic, so you can't, you're biased, so we can't believe what you're saying, even though we're presenting you scientific evidence that the septic tank didn't exist during the time period that those children died. They were never dumped into a septic tank by any religious order. But this is the narrative, this is the spin that gets pushed out over Ireland. And the people buy it. And let's forget about putting history in its context. No, let's forget about that. You know, it's all, you know, let's batter the church. Let's batter Catholics. Let's batter Christians. And it's time we should stand up and say, if you don't tolerate us, if you can't tolerate discussion in Ireland, then you don't live in a free country. You live in a dictatorship and you're part of it. If tolerance of discussion is no longer permitted in Ireland, then we don't live in a free country where freedom of expression and freedom of debate of ideas is allowed. You know, we should be able to ask the logical, simple question. Can women have women's sports? Can women have their own spaces? Because many women want this. In fact, the vast majority of women, you know, they want their own spaces. They will say this openly. They don't want men in their spaces. It's the truth. You know, and it's right. You know, and yes, when we start to discuss the logical, no, we can't talk about this. Those ideas are no longer permitted. Well, then we don't live in a free nation, a free country anymore. But anyway, just thought, support these guys, because the way we're going, it's okay for some people to be tolerated, but other people, when they come along and discuss these ideas, oh no, they can't be and it's fine that we kick them and abuse them and spit at them and tear up their literature. It's fine. And you know, it won't be an RT, but if the shoe was on the other foot, I can assure you it would. But that's Ireland for us. This is the new Ireland of religious persecution at the end of the day, you know. Such is life. Anyway, pray for Ireland. God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.